Welcome to my Standards and Conventions screencast. My name is Bailey Massey, and I'll go ahead and just get started here with my first website. The first website I'll be talking about today is the AkronArtMuseum.org. It's the Akron Art Museum website. I chose this website as a good example of a website that adheres to modern standards and conventions. So I'll just kind of go through what makes this website a good website. So to begin with, when you immediately come to the website, you can tell that this is like a contemporary art museum website. It's very modern and it feels like kind of what it is. Upon first glance, you see that the logo is here in the left-hand corner, which is a standard convention, and then you also see we have a search bar up here. We have a pretty typical navigation bar here. If you kind of click through everything, it very typically kind of takes you through exactly what you would expect it to take you through. I also noticed there's a shop here in the right hand corner, and if you click on that, it kind of redirects you to a shop website. And on this website, to further go into the standards and conventions, we see this website also has a navigation, and also the cart is in the right hand corner on this website as well. And that's just another example of how this is a well-made website. On top of that, we also see a pretty standard hierarchy level. We have big titles with nice body text here. You can kind of tell where to look. We have colored links, and if you go back, the link is another color after you click on it. And I really like this page as well. I like this arrow and how it takes you through the page. But yeah, this is here's the footer as well. This is also a very standard footer, and again, like I said, the whole website acts exactly how you would expect it to act, and this is a really great example of a website that adheres to modern conventions and standards for web design. Moving on to my next website, I will be talking about this one, and this is my example of a bad website. This website is ohiowatercolorsociety.com. This website's a bit of a mess, unfortunately, when it comes to the standards and conventions. The website title is here where the logo would typically be. You can't really click on it, and besides that, when you scroll down, the hierarchy is kind of all over the place. As we see here, it's kind of just like articles and links that take you to these places. When you come to this website, you don't really know exactly what to do. And again, it's just immediately kind of confusing. The website seems very dated and cluttered, and the main menu, again, like I said, is just kind of inconsistent. There's not a navigation bar, and as we click through some of these, the design's just kind of inconsistent, and it's not fully working, it seems. So yeah, this would just be a good example of a website that we should maybe not try to mimic when we're talking about standards and conventions. And back to the Akron Art Museum website, it again is just a much better example of how a website should be laid out. We can click through these things, and if we click on the link, it takes you back to the home page, which is exactly what I would expect it to do. So there's also expected navigation and thing with like these explore buttons. The buttons work how you would expect them to work. Again, this is overall just a really great example of how we would expect standards and conventions to work. Thank you so much for listening to this screencast, and thank you for listening to my presentation about standards and conventions. Have a great day. Bye.